Magst du nicht? Palum. So, italienische Zeit dauert immer ein bisschen länger. Wenn man 17 Uhr Termin hat, kackt man sich eigentlich immer ein, dass man 3 Minuten zu spät ist, aber hier heißt das, dass man eigentlich 30 Minuten zu früh ist. Von daher sind wir ganz happy. Wir sind im Diesel Black Gold Showroom, im Head Office von Diesel in Mailand. Wunderschöner Showroom, sehr, sehr clean, und wir nehmen euch jetzt einfach mal mit und zeigen euch ein bisschen, wie es hier aussieht. Ihr habt ja schon mal die ganz lange schwarze Hose von mir gesehen, diese Ultra Chopped, die gibt es jetzt auch wieder als Jog Jeans. Richtig geil. Das sind diese überdimensional langen Hosen. Eigentlich so die Key Pieces jetzt. Oder das Ding schlechthin, was diese Black Gold in letzter Zeit in Sachen Hosen macht. Ansonsten ganz normales Denim, ziemlich raw oder ganz classy. Erinnert so ein bisschen an die alten Levi's, darf man jetzt hier nicht laut sagen, wenn mich jetzt jemand hört, da schießen die mich. Aber erinnert ein bisschen daran, super weich. Und ansonsten die Farben sind die gleichen wie bei der letzten Kollektion. Schönes Blau, wunderschön eigentlich, und da kommt auch schon der Herr Designer. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Wie gesagt, jetzt haben wir den kreativen Kopf von Diesel Black Gold bei uns und gehen jetzt mal rum, fragen ihn persönliche Sachen über ihn und auch, was es mit der neuen Kollektion auf sich hat. How was it basically going up there, and when did you leave the country and why?
Well, yeah, I grew up in Norway. I did actually my first sort of venture into fashion studies in Norway.
Okay.
And then I moved to London for education, took a master's degree at the Royal College of Art. Spent a couple of years in London, then Paris, then New York, and I live in New York now.
Yeah, I know.
But I work in Italy, so I have quite a long commute. But I almost split my time. It depends a little bit.
Okay.
But, right now I'm here to do the show, and then I spend a couple of weeks in the office before I go back to New York.
Okay, so New York is your home base, basically. What
New
you
York
call
for
home?
me is home,
Is home.
since 15 years.
Okay, great.
They say you become a New Yorker after 10 years.
You made it finally. You still got your Norwegian passport?
Yes.
Yeah?
Norwegian passport and US green card.
Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. Now, I've seen the last show. Let's first take a look at the collection. I really loved the Autumn Winter 16 collection. It was kind of a mix from a bit walky, streetwear, but very clean. What about the Spring Summer? What's the idea behind?
Yeah, so this is the pre-spring, the resort collection. So it's the collection we do in between the two shows. The last show was Bike Messengers, so it was very New York inspired.
Cool.
This is a collection that picks up on more sort of iconic pieces from us. So you have all these sort of bike references. You have the iconic sort of parka, bomber jackets, a lot of sort of hybrids between things. So we take a shirt fabric and we make a shirt, but we give it details from outerwear kind of world. We create like a bomber denim sort of hybrid coat. So it's really kind of taking very familiar references, mixing them together to kind of create something that still feels really familiar. You kind of recognize the references, but somehow it's kind of repositioned to become something slightly new. Bring the starting point. There's a book and there was an exhibition on Irving Penn photos called Small Trades, and he did a whole series in the 50s of photographs of different people in their work uniform. So it's everything from like waiter to carpenter. So it was like really the idea of taking this sort of workwear reference, which is very connected to the world of denim.
Who came up with the extra long denims that we see there? I really love them. I've got the black one for myself.
Yeah, you do.
Who came up with the idea?
No, actually, it was for me. It was the idea I wanted to bring texture to the leg. So trying to think, the world of denim for Diesel is very important. We do a lot of research. So, we always sort of give this kind of 3D in small parts, but I wanted to kind of bring it all the way down the leg. So we just cut it super long, and then we tried to work on a way to sort of fix the creasing into it.
How would you describe we all know the Diesel DNA, how would you describe the Diesel Black Gold DNA? Because you started in New York with the shows.
Yep.
And would you say Diesel Black Gold is based in Milan or New York?
Well, for me, the starting point of Diesel Black Gold is really Renzo Rosso and what he kind of created with Diesel. Then Diesel Black Gold is what we call a designer advanced contemporary collection. This kind of positioning really came out of the US. We have a lot of brands in the US that has that positioning. So we used to show the women's in New York, which had to do with the kind of positioning we were aiming for, but also had to do with wanting to feel very international as an aspiration for this brand, because our attitude, if I think about the guy or the girl that wears the clothes, he or she could wear it anywhere. It's probably an urban person, but it could be in Hong Kong, Tokyo, could be Milano, could be New York, many places. So that was sort of the foundation. Now we really focused on showing in Milano, men and women, and that's something to do with being an Italian company. Of course, it's very practical to show here. It makes the process easier. We also think Milano is having a very nice moment. There's a new energy to Milano. And we realized that Milano actually gives us a more international audience.
Just give us a little insight in your daily workflow when you're in New York or Milan. Where's the difference?
It's quite a big difference, because New York for me is that there's no team in New York. It's just me on my own. So for me, it's a time when I do the research, conceptualize the collection, and also do a lot of the sketch work. I do a lot of sketches myself, and it's a very important part of the process. So in New York, I can sort of focus on that. Come here, it's all about the team, the collaboration, the meetings, the presentations.
The creation process.
So it's really more, fitting the prototypes, speaking with the internal team, making decisions about the right product at the right price, for the right season. So it's very different reality.
You started doing the creative direction for the women. Afterwards, you started for the men. Where's the challenge of doing both? Is it? Would you say like it's an advantage, or is it difficult?
No, actually, I enjoy a lot. Before Diesel Black Gold menswear, I never touched menswear.
Okay.
But I always loved menswear as a reference, as an inspiration. But working on it is very different. But I think in terms of building a brand, it's really, the guy and the girl, they are sort of two sides of the same story.
Okay.
The dynamic is different, but it allows to really build a bigger message. We can sort of tap into things, share things, but also contrast things. So I enjoy it a lot.
Can we have a look at the accessories?
Yeah, of course.
And talk about those? How important are the accessories for your collection?
Well, in terms of completing the look, they are very important. The core product for us is really the denim and the leather, so it's really more in the ready-to-wear. But the accessories sort of, finalizes.
Give it a little touch, yeah.
We have a nice sneaker business, so these sneakers were done really with the idea of kind of bringing, the sort of biker DNA is very much part of what we play with. So you have a little bit of sort of biker hardware coming into it. This backpack has a little bit of a sense of the bike messenger from last season. Also still with
looks good, looks really great.
The biker attitude. You have the kind of combat boot, again, super sort of iconic inspiration for us. You have the canvas and leather mix.
I think I've worn mine for like 5 years, and I mean you can really see it, but they're super great. Best boots ever, really. Looking back on your career, besides Diesel Black Gold now, what was like a key moment or important stations in your life? Working for CK, or what was it?
Oh wow. I've had a lot of different experiences, and I've been very fortunate to work with a lot of different people. And very different brand identities as well. So I think everything has been really important in terms of shaping me as an experience, as sort of a backdrop, and just like learning about how many ways you can approach fashion and making a collection, and finding your sort of individual voice. So I think that's been really great. Of course, like Calvin was very important because it's what moved me to New York, so it's shaped my life, and it's where I live today. But I would say I can't sort of really say that one of my experiences has been more important than something else. Obviously, right now I'm very passionate about Diesel Black Gold and building this brand. Fee was very defining because it was me as a creative director after starting a company from the ground up, building a company. So I think that was a really important experience, just to kind of go beyond the design room and actually kind of thinking about the space the product is in, the advertising, the production, all those aspects. Which was a great experience also to bring into Diesel Black Gold, even if this is a very different type of challenge.
No, I get your point. What do you see Diesel Black Gold like, and what are your goals for Diesel Black Gold? What do you wish for?
Well, you know, we're working very hard to make it a really strong voice in terms of fashion, make it a really comprehensive collection. By that I mean that, you know, something that our consumer, our audience can really rely on for a certain product. Comprehensive in the sense that you can have a full offer of product. You can buy into, from denim to a nice sweater to a t-shirt, to, you know, like to master all the classifications that for us are part of this lifestyle.
If you're talking to young designers today, and taking all your experience that you collected over the years, what would you tell someone who's aspiring to make it in the industry, like you did?
Well, I think it's a lot of hard work, and I think you have to be ready and willing to work quite hard, and you have to just challenge yourself, to challenge your own perception of things, and really take in all the learning. I think that's number one, and then I think it's also to trust in yourself and your own sort of voice, and try to find the right path for that voice.
How would you describe Diesel Black Gold, the DNA, in 3 words, like the keywords for you?
I would say it's urban. I would say it's irreverent, because it has a little bit that sort of punk rock attitude to it. And I would also say that it's modernist spirit. You know, we have a kind of a clean focus to what we do that we like to sort of express. So.
What's your favorite music? Just a personal question to get to know you.
Oh, I listen to a lot of different things, but we were just working on the music for the show downstairs, and the guys were bringing sort of things that sound a little bit like Depeche Mode and that kind of type of music, which always works with me. It's not that we're using that, but yeah, but I like a lot of things, but I like that period.
Okay, does it inspire you? And then,
No, yeah, I think the music in general inspires me, because I like, there's a lot of personal expression. It has that sort of irreverent, it has the kind of rebel attitude to it. And that's like an energy that is important to me when we work on the collection.
What you do on your day off?
On the day off, I probably work.
I mean, like a day off.
No, I love to travel. I love to travel, and I love to sort of escape by traveling. So I travel for work, and I travel also for
Any favorite places or places you still want to visit?
I think one of the favorite places for me to escape is Norway.
Okay.
Because for me it's home, and I don't spend a lot of time. And when I go there, I feel very free. It's very far away from my other reality.
That's it. Thank you very much for your time.
Really nice to meet you. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, and good luck on Monday. And I'll be there.
Monday, right?
Yes, I'll be there on Monday.
Yeah,
for sure.